This week I'm going to ask you the same question that you asked me last week. How have you seen God's grace working in your life?
So I have really experienced God's grace throughout my life in that I have always felt at home wherever I am. People like me, and what I mean by that is people who move a lot. I've seen two reactions to that. The first is people who, as they move from place to place, they're always dreaming of home, some memory somewhere in the distant past. And then there's another group of people who, wherever they are, that's just home, and they're comfortable there. And I'm in that second group. I've lived in 3 continents. I've lived from East Coast to West Coast. I've lived in big cities and tiny communities. I've lived literally in the middle of nowhere to small communities that serve 30,000 people. But that's where I felt God's grace, is in the real sense of knowing that for some reason God has given me this peace, that wherever I am, it's home. I rarely have thoughts of going back somewhere because I know that it's never the same. And I don't have dreams of going somewhere different thinking that it's going to be better and more perfect. Grace has allowed me to feel comfortable in, and part of that is that God has graced me with places that wherever I go, all of those continents and cities and churches and mission work, I've always found people to take care of me, to befriend me, to protect me. It has been a wonderful journey, and one that I'm sure will continue in that same vein. Now, the reason I thought of that in particular is because I know that loneliness in the midst of this crisis is one of the things that really plays with our minds. And like you, I don't have access to a lot of people that I usually have access to. But I know that even while church members and friends and family and neighbors we're not able to get together, I know that God is with me and that I am at home and that this is where I belong. And for me, in that moment of grace and in that process of grace, I feel really at peace and just grateful that God has given me the ability to enjoy the moment and to know that I am at home, right where I belong.